Hi guys, welcome to a new video. Today I have finally seen Dune. Yeah, in fucking deed. This movie has been out for 1.5 weeks in Belgium and I didn't see this movie up till now. Good reason for that is me and some friends wanted to go together so we could experience this movie together, but the only moment we all could go to the cinema at the same time was today. So I had to wait for 1.5 goddamn weeks to see this movie. I wanted to see it so bad. But yeah, I finally saw it. I'm so happy I finally did. But I did come across a news article on internet where it says that this movie only comes out in the US the 22nd of October. So if you're living in America, God bless your soul. I mean, it's worth the wait, of course, because it's awesome. But that's really too bad. It sucks. So yeah, what did I think of it? First of all, let me just say I went to see this movie in IMAX and I can fully say that this movie deserves to be seen in IMAX. So if you're willing to save up all the money that you have made over the last 500 years, it is worth to give that money to an IMAX screening of this movie. I know that shit is expensive, but it's worth it. Not the entire movie is filmed in IMAX, so you will go through some aspect ratio changes, but it deserves to be seen in IMAX. Because every scene and every shot that is made in IMAX, it's gorgeous to its core. I do have to say that we ordered our ticket 1 week in advance, so yeah, we had the best places in the entire cinema. Like where we sat, we could literally see the entire screen and nothing else. It was great. We were sitting right in front of the screen and we were seeing everything. I know some people behind me, they were kind of complaining because they got a lot of us and other people that they still saw. But the people in the first row, they could literally just only see the big toe of Timothée Chalamet. So if you go see this movie in IMAX, order your tickets a lot of time before you actually go, because those rooms will be filled with people. I think I have never seen this many of people watch a movie together since before the lockdown. There literally wasn't any seat left, only seats that had to be opened for the COVID rules. This entire movie theater was jam-packed with people experiencing the same dream for the first time, or maybe the second if they went already. Let's just start talking about Dune because it's awesome. Okay, Dune is a novel and it's 592 pages long. So Denis Villeneuve, the director of this movie, he chose to record only half of the book for this movie. We have a movie in 1984, which was the entire book, and it wasn't the worst movie, but Jesus Christ, I had a headache. This movie takes only half of it, like 250 pages, and it works awesomely. Yeah, this movie is 2 hours and 35 minutes long, and yeah, we get a lot of information, but because it's split up into 2 parts, it really works well because you get to see every detail of the book. I think I haven't read the book, but I heard that even the fans of the book are really happy with this. So yeah, we get a lot of ground to cover, but we can get our time with it. It doesn't need to be rushed. It's really fleshed out from the beginning. It makes for a slow start, but it really works once the movie gets going. And oh my god, this movie has some great fight scenes. The first big war was awesome to watch. It was jam-packed with action and it was exciting, it was really intense, it was suspenseful, it was awesome, it was gorgeous. And as I said before, this movie is only the first half of the first half of the first book, so we need a part 2. It's not greenlit yet at this moment, But I think it will be once this movie comes out in the US, because this movie deserves a part 2, and I'll write it down, this movie will get a part 2. But what I'm saying, the conclusion of this movie is great. It's only the first half of the book, like I said, but the conclusion still feels good. I did miss a climax to this movie. There wasn't like a big thing happening in the end, but after all, the movie literally says Dune Part 1 in the beginning, so obviously the climax will be in the second movie. But I wanted something in the first. It's not like you get nothing, but you get something, and it's enough, but I wanted more. Furthermore, this movie is easy to follow just because it takes its time to tell its story. It isn't rushed. You get to know every detail as you go along. It's not like you can't see everything coming. It's really great. If you need to compare this movie, compare it to Lord of the Rings, because it kind of has the same storytelling as that franchise. I do feel that Dune, the Dune franchise, will be the Lord of the Rings of this time. So that's awesome. The story receives 185 to 200 points from me. The characters in this movie are really strong. In the original movie, I didn't really like any of the characters, but in this movie, I strongly feel every character is important to the story. And it comes with great chemistry between Paul Atreides and Duncan Idaho, to Paul and his father, Paul and his mother, Paul and Chani. It works really great. But I do have to say, this is Baron Harkonnen in the first movie, and this is him in this movie. I am more scared of the one in the first movie, but this one definitely is better. And I think that goes for everyone in this franchise. Josh Brolin was previously played in a previous movie by Patrick Stewart, which was also a great actor of that time. But I do feel that Josh Brolin fits the role more. Everyone is so perfectly cast in this movie. It's not good, it's not awesome, it's unbelievably great. The characters receive 180 points to 200. As I said multiple times, the movie covers only the first half of the first book. It's 2 hours and 35 minutes long, so you can expect this movie is long as hell. It's a really slow-paced movie, and it works in some scenes, and it works in some sense that this movie is that slow-paced, and I am happy it is. But sometimes the movie could have been a little bit faster. I wouldn't have minded if it did go by a little faster. But it's not like it takes the movie down for being so slow. It really works for the story. It really incredibly hardly works for the story to be this long and to be felt this long. And this movie has great chemistry. Let's not forget I saw this in IMAX, so I'm a little biased by that. Apart from being in IMAX, the chemistry still feels great. If you see this movie in IMAX, please go see it in IMAX. It's awesome. If you don't see this in IMAX, you see this on a regular screen, I know it's still awesome. But yeah, IMAX rules. CGI was pretty good. This movie looked fantastic. And if Hans Zimmer doesn't receive an Oscar for this score, I will kill everyone at the Oscars. I can't imagine a movie apart from Star Wars that had people walking on sand with a soundtrack going like hiya, yeah, and it's epic, it's great, it's really awesome. Style 145 to 150. The movie is surprising. It has a lot of things that you can't see coming in a sense. I mean, I have seen the original movie, and I still forgot who the traitor was. So when they revealed the traitor, I was still surprised. But not a lot happens in this movie. Enough happens in this movie, but not quite a lot. So I can see why some people will say it's kind of predictable or nothing happens. I can get behind that. But I think it's a strong point for this part 1 movie that it doesn't feature a lot of fights or bombastic things. It's just them and Arrakis. This movie took its time and it's great. Surprisement 75 to 100. I said it 2 days ago in my review of Last Night in Soho, but this movie is awesomely acted out. It has a star jam-packed cast. It's awesome. Timothée Chalamet, Rebecca Ferguson, Josh Brolin, Jason Momoa, Oscar Isaacs, Zendaya. Dave Bautista, David Desmalkian, Stellan Skarsgård. Wow. I mean, this movie cost 165 million to make, but I do think a lot of that money went into the cast. And rightfully so, because mwah. There's literally no scene where I thought that the acting felt a little bit off. It was perfect. Acting 150 to 150. Obviously, the critics are happy with this movie. They give it 75 to 100. I thought it was really awesome. Felt like a little bit was missing. So I go 45 to 50. And I really enjoyed it, but I was kind of tired in the end. So I give it 4.5 stars and a hard 50 to 50. Granting this movie a total score of 905 to 1000 or 9.1 to 10. Have you seen Dune already, or are you gonna watch it when it comes out in your country, or are you just waiting a couple of weeks? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm really excited to read your thoughts on this movie. Give a like, comment, subscribe to my channel. It helps out a lot. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, and share this video with all your friends. Thanks.